Okay guys, welcome back and thanks for joining me. Thanks for taking the time to join me anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie you a fly called the Reverend James. Now, I suppose you could call it a slight variant. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just use more mobile materials. So on the original pattern of the Reverend James, it was bucktail that's used for the tail, and then it's, you know, two hackles at the head. I'm going to use Arctic runner and then hen hackles, just like a wee bit more of a mobile version of it. Now the hook in the vise is a Partridge Patriot double in size 10 in black nickel. The thread I'm going to use to tie the fly is unique thread 80 in red. You could use black thread, it's up to you. Just going to come in and get the thread started, a couple of mil behind the eye of the hook, and remove the waist tag. Now for the rib, we're going to use the tag, we're going to use the ultra wire in hot orange. Traditionally on this pattern, it's a copper wire body that's used the whole way up. Now I'm just going to catch that in and then just run our thread down until we're sort of way in line with the points of the hooks, and then I'm going to come around with 5 turns of the hot orange wire. On the last turn bring it up and in between the two hooks, volley this around with my thread. Now I'm just going to keep the wire in underneath and run this the whole way up the length of the body. Then you can bend and break away. The rib is going to be a black ultra wire. Now you could use the hot orange, but this is just basically a bit of a mixing it up, colour change if you like. So we're just going to catch in the black underneath the hook shank, bring the wire in underneath, and then just run my thread back down, tied up against our tag. Now the tail's in 2 parts. The first part is this black Arctic runner. Now you're not looking to go nuts with Arctic runner. It's a really mobile fibre, so small pinches would be enough, is what I would suggest. Now just got a wee small pinch here. I don't want all the long guard hairs in. I'm just going to take those out. I just want this to be the length of the hook over the back, the first part of the tail. So you want this sort of way taper. A couple of turns to catch that in. In between that I'm going to put in some UV Krystal flash. 2 strands here on my desk. Now you can use whatever flash that you have for the tail. Mirror flash would be a nice material to use. Krystal flash, it's entirely up to you guys. Don't be thinking that you need to beat out the shops to buy everything that people are tying their flies with on YouTube. Now just add that in. On top of that we're going to add in the orange Arctic runner. Again, just a small pinch. Trim that away. Now you want this part of the tail to be, I'm not measuring from the guard hairs, I'm measuring from, sorry, keep forgetting this screen's dead small. I'm not measuring from the guard hairs when I measure this. I'm measuring from here, from the softer fibres. When I offer that up, that's 1, 2, and then over the back. I'll lay this around with my thread. A couple of tight turns, just heading up the shank. Don't be dancing in one spot with your thread there, you'll just create a lump. Then I'm going to come in and trim the excess away in a bit of a tapered cut. And then I'm just going to advance my thread forward, just tying in these materials. You just want to try and keep your body, do your best, that's all you can do, keep your body as smooth as you can. And then working our thread back down. Tied up against our tail. Okay, that's it. The body, we're going to use the uni mailer in copper and blue. We're going to use the copper side. So just want to take a length of this off the spool. Just offer this up to the hook. Now I'm going to tie this in on top, and we're tying it in with the blue side facing up, and then we'll run our thread back up. Then we'll come round with our mylar. And you just want to get one nice square clean turn excuse me, onto the back, and then just overlapping turns of the mylar tinsel up the body. You just leave yourself a bit of room at the front here for the front hackles, because when you're using hand it can be a wee bit unpredictable in relation to how many turns you need to put on. So we're just going to come in and trim that excess away. Then we're going to come up with our black wire. Now 4 turns up the body should be more than enough just to protect the mylar up to there. Follow that around with your thread. I'm just going to advance it forward to the eye just to make sure that the wire is secured in. Then we can bend and break away the wire, and then we're just going to bring our thread back up into position. Now first hackle, like I say, you can use cock hackles, but this is a black hen hackle. It's a dyed black hen hackle. It's just an old cheap Indian hen cape. So I'm just going to offer this up, come around with 2 turns to catch the tip in, fold the tip back, bring your thread back up over the top of the tip and the hackle, then come in, break away the tip. Now, you're probably looking, I don't know guys, maybe a turn and a half. When I'm putting on hen hackles, I just judge it when I'm winding it sort of way around the hook. I don't have any sort of way standard methodology when I'm putting this on. That's going to be enough for me there. But what I'm going to do is follow the stem round, then bring the thread in and catch the stem in on top, because I just want those last few fibres of hen hackle there. Then I'm going to come in and trim away the stem. Just going to bring my thread on down to the eye, back up, just tidy that up a wee bit for the next hackle. Now just to open it up a wee bit, I'm just going to come in with my toothbrush and just brush some of the hen hackles out, because they do have a tendency to clump together, but there's going to be plenty of movement in this wee fly once it's had a swim. Front, orange hen hackle. Well, sorry, a dyed orange hen hackle, because if you've seen an orange hen that colour on the boat, you're definitely on drugs. Now I'm going to take 2 turns to catch in the tip, fold the tip back, bring the thread back up over the tip and the hackle. Now I'm only going to probably put, looking at the fibre on this, it's lovely and mobile and dense, but 1 turn, 1 full turn, I think it's going to be enough for me. Yep, and I'm going to just catch it in underneath the hook shank this time. Come around with a turn to hold, a couple of secure and locking turns to tie it into place. Then I'm going to come in and trim away the hackle. Anything that wants to go forward, I'm going to sweep it back and just bring the thread to the eye, back up. At this point we're just going to come in with our toothbrush again, just to give it a bit of a brush out, because we want to open up the hen hackles. We don't want everything to be stuck down, so I want you to see it. Like I say, I always say that, but I do. I want you to see the wee pattern. So that's the hen hackling. At this point, if a decision to make, because there is no jungle cock on the original pattern, but I'm going to put 2 on. These flies aren't for me. So I'm going to put 2 on. And you know, to be honest with you guys, the first salmon that I ever caught was on a Wilkinson strip. One of the wee jungle cockeyes was just, it's broke on me here. The one on your side, but we might get away with it. The first fly I ever caught a salmon on was a Wilkinson shrimp. But guess what? It didn't have jungle cock on it. And back end, actually none of my flies had jungle cock on the back end because I just couldn't afford it. Now I'm just going to come in and sweep back the stems of the jungle cock. Just not happy with this one. Just going to put this back, and then we're just going to build up our head. Now you want a nice red head on this fly. That's why I'm using the red thread. I want it to be nice and bright. Keeping your thread tight. Come in and break away the stem. Just want to come in and throw in a whip finish before I trim the wee tag of jungle cock on the other side. Put our thread tight. Come in and trim away our tag thread. Now, just got that wee stem there. Just going to flick this back. Come in with my scissors. Take that away. And there you go, guys. That's the Reverend James. Well, in the colours of the Reverend James anyway. A bit of a more of a mobile version of it, if you like. Now, just going to come in with our super glue. Now, if you're going to use hand hackles, just be careful with this stuff, because if this touches the hackle, it will literally soak right through into the wee dressing. So right the whole way right round. And there you go, folks. That's the Reverend James. Now that fly there, I think its origins, don't quote me on this, but I think its origins is on the River Usk. So great colour combination, orange and black. You just can't go wrong with it, can you? So there you go, guys. Tie a few of those up for next season. Hopefully they can catch you a few fish. Just wanted to show you a wee pattern as always. If you like the wee videos I'm putting together, please consider subscribing to my channel. It helps the wee channel out, and genuinely, I love doing this. I love sitting and just showing you wee different patterns. So anyway, stay safe, and as always, tight lines.